What is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. Today we're taking a look at one from the house of Lolita Lempicka. This is Masculin Minuit. Now, if you're looking for some Lolita Lempicka backstory, please check out the review that I did on the original Masculin. I gave that fragrance an 8 out of 10, and I think that gourmand licorice masterpiece, signed by Knick is one of the best men's designer fragrances going, or that was going. So check that review out. Now, as far as this brand goes, I own that one, I own this one, and I own Parfum Intense, which came out in 2016, I think. I also reviewed that one, and I was very disappointed by how close that one came to the original. Now, it looks like Masculin was replaced by a fragrance called Lolita Lempicka for whatever reason. So I do have to give that one a proper look. More on that another day. I want to smell their women's scents. I've never smelled their women's scents. You know, that's they're talked quite a bit, a few of them in Luca Turin's books. I believe Elle and the women's parfum version of Lolita Lempicka. I need to try those. But this one came out in 2012, and no-wise, we're going to get anise, ivy, myrrh, licorice, oud, vetiver, wood, and olive tree. Sounds amazing, right? I paid $40 for my 100 ml bottle. I purchased it off Amazon about, probably 4 years ago. And nowadays it looks like you can find this on eBay, but you're going to probably spend between $80 and $90. So the price has gone up. I believe this is discontinued. And it looks like Masculin has been discontinued in favor of this, whatever that is. I would guess this one is out of production. Now, the reason I bought this one is because I think it was Christos, the reviewer Christos, you guys know him, Beta Blood or something like that. I'm sorry if I'm not getting his name, Batai Blood or something like that. Great reviewer. Was in Indonesia, is now back in Canada. He does a lot of reviews with Eugene. I think he did a video with about this, and he said he liked this one better because it had oud and myrrh. And man, I trust what that dude says. I think that's the reason I bought this. If it wasn't him, man, Christos, I apologize, dude. I think it was you though, who was like, I like this one better than he liked this better than Masculin, and so I went out and I just bought it because I loved Masculin at the time. As far as what it looks like, yeah, it's that same Masculin bottle, but it's black. And it's got this cool white, almost like airbrushing, right? Like paint airbrush on it. It's super cool. Like, you cannot fault the bottle. The bottle, I love all Lolita Lempicka bottles. I believe that, they're not really good there though, right? That's a little bit better. The original one's cool. It looks like something out of The Hobbit. I believe the Parfum Intense is just jet black. And this joint here has that white airbrushing. They're all money as far as I'm concerned. Like, I don't have any problems with the bottles. I think they're all just neat and different. I wish we'd see some different colors, and I wish this wasn't as close to the Parfum Intense, but like these, to me, these just look boss. I like the tree design, and so like, I think the presentation is never a problem. But it's sort of one of those things where this one is just too close for me to the original Lolita Lempicka Masculin. Now, it's not as sweet. For sure, it's not as sweet. You can tell some of the more gourmand notes that were incorporated into the original, like praline, I would say even rum and sweet almond. They're not, I don't think they're here. This is more woody. It's a little more dense. I'd say the original probably carries more transparency, more of an aquatic, watery nature. It's not an aquatic fragrance, but it feels more watery. This also has a pop of green sweetness to it at the top, perhaps. I don't know if that's from a fantasy ivy note. You can't really get a oil or absolute from ivy, but you can. There are some bases that perfume houses make, so I think that's probably incorporated here. I get a creamy woodiness to this one. I don't get anything resembling oud to report to you folks in this one. That just does not exist to me in the slightest. But there's a creamy, woody note in here. As far as myrrh goes, I mean, yeah, it's a touch of resinous in the dry now, but I don't know that I'd say, oh yeah, myrrh. I'd say I find the vetiver, the resin nature is almost more green. I feel like the vetiver is more evident here. So I guess this is somewhat a variant on the original, right? It's not as sweet, it's woodier, it's a little bit more green and not as transparent. But the DNA of the original is very close to this one. It's funny because I complain when a fragrance has no resemblance to the original. Like take something like Egoist and then Platinum Egoist. Forget about it. Those fragrances have no fucking relation to each other whatsoever. I like it when a flanker is at least far away enough to justify a purchase. I think that Dior line has done that exceedingly well, having sort of retained that iris theme, and I really similar with Fahrenheit, right? Like those have sort of kept that violet DNA through and through. But then when a fragrance is too close, right, I give that shit as well. So I get it, right? You can't have the best of both worlds. For me, I kind of like it to be in that middle ground where you're keeping some of the original DNA, but you're making a different perfume. Dior Homme Sport and Dior Homme, perfect example as far as I'm concerned. Now, this might be a slightly better performer than the original. That's true. The original was not a monster. This guy ain't either. But I do feel like maybe those woods and resins allow this one to project a little bit better. I'm not sure longevity is any different. It's about 6 to 8 hours from the original. I think we're in the same ballpark with this one. I think this is very much a unisex scent. If you like gourmand fragrances, if you like licorice fragrances, you can pull this one off. I thought the original was unisex. I think you'll find the same thing with this one as well. I would say this is appropriate for any season, summer. This is too cloying for those summer months. I think ideally, I would say this is a great night out scent in the springtime or fall time. You go out to the bar or a dinner, a few sprays of this guy dressed casually, and this one will do well for you. If you're looking for something similar but cannot get this, the original's great. You could try to find the intense version. Other licorice gourmands that I like, I love two other licorice fragrances. I think Oud Greedy by Montal is really good, but I love Oud Black Candy by Mansara. Never gets talked about. There's no oud in it. I don't know why they called it Oud Black Candy. I don't see oud in Greedy either, but they're just both really nice, pleasing black licorice fragrances. Funny quick thing. Before I got into fragrance, I hated black licorice. And then I got into fragrance, I started to like the smell of black licorice. Now I actually like to eat black licorice. It's crazy. And I ate so much black licorice, there's a chemical in black licorice that can fuck with your heartbeat. And it can make it skip beats. And I think for a while, I ate so much black licorice that I fucked my heartbeat up. Anyway, that's a whole other story. If someone's trying to talk you into purchasing this fragrance, I think they would say that, hey, if the original's too sweet for you, this might be better. It very well could become a collector item one day. It's a great licorice scent, and it's unisex. I think on the flip side, if someone's trying to talk you into skipping this one, they'd probably say, this is going to be hard to find. It's now become expensive. It's probably too close to the original, and there's a lot of flankers of this. There's a low version, which I would, for the right price, I'd probably purchase. But is Lolita Lempicka sort of running the Masculin well dry? Like, do they just need to do something very different? I would love to see them just try to do something else. They've obviously capitalized on this licorice gourmand idea, and like, is this a one-trick pony? I mean, I don't know. I'm not really sure what the answer is to that. This one for me is a 7 out of 10. I'm not gonna savage this one the way that I savaged the intense version, because it's a little bit more nuanced, but I think it's unnecessary. And certainly I think you should just grab a bottle of the original, call it a day. And if you don't like that one because it's too sweet, then check the Mancera out. Oud Black Candy, if it's not discontinued, which I don't think it is. I have a review on it. You can probably get that for not super, you can probably get that discounted. Or check the Montal. The Mancera's is Oud Black Candy. The Montal is Oud Greedy. Check those out. Also, I forgot to mention this one, which is my bad. Angela Ciampana, who's an Italian indie / niche perfumer who I did a scent safari on. She has a licorice fragrance, I think it's called Lico, Liquo, which is fantastic black licorice scent. So the black licorice scents are out there. They exist. You don't have to purchase this one. I wouldn't recommend going out of your way to hunt this one down unless you're a collector. If you're a collector and you want all the Lolita Lempickas, hey, that's cool. If you're just a collector and you want rare bottles, that's cool as well. But if you're just looking for that black licorice scent, certainly pick the original up. And then, I don't know that you need this. I think you can sort of look to some of the niche offerings. As I said, I have Oud Black Candy. I have a review of it up. I have Oud Greedy on my to-purchase list, and I have Lico by Angela Ciampana on my to-purchase list. So hopefully one day I'll get those. I'll probably never get the Ciampana for a good price, so hopefully I'll win the lottery and can buy every fragrance I want or review that one. But I think Oud Greedy one day will come across for the right price, and I'll be able to grab that one and review it. Yeah, I think this is any one of these Lempickas are a great option for the licorice lover and the designer side, but there are also options on the niche side, so you don't have to pay a premium price for these flankers. That's what it comes down to for me. I would love to hear what you guys think of this one, if you smelled this one, or what you guys just think of the Lolita Lempicka fragrances. I really enjoy them. But do you guys think the flankers are where it's at, or do you just think the original is where it's at? And let me know if you've tried, because I didn't even know about that, to be honest with you, until I did this review. I did this review and I looked at this Lolita Lempicka and I saw that one. I was just like, oh man, they discontinued Masculin for that. And that kind of made me sad, but then I was like, I have so much bigger problems than that. Why am I sad about that? And I wasn't sad anymore, but it just still bothers me a little bit. So let me know what you think about that one. That's it, guys. I'll see you again real soon with more videos. Of course, your thoughts, I'd love to see them in the comments. You already know what it is. My name is Maximilian.
They got to talking prop. I ain't doing it cause I want this shit. I'm doing it cause I got it. Day after day, I'm bouncing off the walls. But I ain't about to front, man. I'm just like you.